What up, y'all? What's going on? All right, we got to get into this theory that Geisha 305 came up with that Claressa Shields fight is rigged based off the fact of everything that's involved with leading up to this fight, with Dezurn being, friends of Claressa Shields. So we're going to have to get into this. So now this is Geisha's 305's theory. This is not my theory. I'm just throwing some reaction and commentary to it because, you know, she's raising a question of why is Claressa Shields fights always in Detroit, and why haven't her team ventured out yet and fight in like Atlantic City, Las Vegas, Miami, places of that nature. So let me know if I'm coming in clear too. What's up, Alicia? What's going on? Let me know if I'm coming in clear. So we gonna get into this. I just want to make sure the audio good before I start playing this real quick. All right, what's up, Medusa? It's clear. All right. So this is Geisha 305. Um, she a comedian slash internet, personality from I think she from Miami, Florida, I believe. She didn't had smoke with people in the past. I think she had smoke with Tia Kemp. She had smoke with Trina before, I think, and various other people. And she just recently did an interview with Tasha K too. So now she been going in on Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields already expressed that she don't like this woman. Says she hates her and Tasha K. So if y'all been watching my shorts, y'all been watching the storyline with Papoose and Claressa Shields and Remy and all this, then y'all know y'all should be caught up if y'all watching all the stories I've been all the shorts I've been posting. So this is a whole storyline that's taking place. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so this is Geisha 305. Let's go ahead and get into this.
Second. Like, you know how these boxers have, a certain amount of wins. I'm sorry. I must be came across an area that was that stopped the live. But oh, somebody's stuff getting thrown out. Oh no, that ain't somebody's stuff getting thrown out. They must be getting renovated or something. But anyway, so I want to talk about how that I'm just looking at these people right here. I can't even spin the camera around. But I want to talk about stats. I want to talk about wins. I want to talk about losses. So I really feel like this fight that Claressa Shields is going to have is going to be a rigged fight. I believe this fight is set up and designed for Win Records, Salida Records, Papoose to capitalize off of this fight because there are funds that are needed. And the reason why I say that is because the majority of Claressa Shields fights have been in Michigan. Why is that? This woman done had 19 fights. 9 of the fights have been in Michigan between Flint and Detroit. And the rest of them have been like one time in Ontario, Miami, Atlantic City, New Jersey, stuff like that.
Well, majority of her fan base is Detroit, and I understand why they fighting more so in Detroit because she does have a fan base. Like she got like a strong 10 to 15,000 that's gonna come out and see her fight. Now, will she generate that in other states? Maybe her team don't feel like she can generate that type of bring out yet. maybe in Las Vegas, or you know, they don't. Maybe they think she can't bring that type of turnout yet. It depends on who she fighting. Now, if she was fighting Shadeja, maybe she would have a better chance of a bigger, audience if she fought the chick Shadeja, which I'm gonna play a clip from that too. So let's continue.
And like I know, if you are a big brand in a certain city, if you're a big brand, your city and your state is gonna root for you to win. Now I also checked the unanimous
I
wins that
agree with
she
that,
has.
Tamika. I agree with that. Right.
This girl has 14 unanimous wins.
So I don't understand why she's always fighting in Detroit. I don't know. I guess that's something that you know they team dealing with.
3 knockouts, and the other ones were no, I don't know if it's 14 or 15 unanimous, but it's 14 unanimous and 3 knockouts, and the other ones I'm undecisive about. But those are some huge numbers to be called the GOAT. Those are some huge numbers to even give someone that type of credibility or talent or title if you're saying that 14 of your wins have been unanimous decisions. 9 of your fights have been in your home state. This fight right here will make 10 fights out of your 19 that you done fought in your hometown. And it's unheard of. I have never seen so many boxers in the professional field that have fought for a multitude of times in their own city. It seems biased, and it gives everyone the thought to think that the fight is rigged. And I really feel like this fight is rigged. And
Now, I mean, but the boxing world is known for rigging fights. They call paper fights, champion fights, or whatever. Fights for for certain financial gain. People throw fights and all that. I mean, we know the world of boxing is known for that because you have the underworld that runs the boxing scene. I'm talking about the organized crime underworld, other people that's involved. So I mean, that's been proven in the past, but it's possible. I mean, fighters fight each other and they could be best friends, but they need the money. I remember Mike Tyson mentioning about fighting who did he fight? Um it was the one where he said it's the dude that's doing like life in prison now for robbing banks and all that. I forgot his name, but he was like, it's the same video where Tyson said he broke his back and shit like that. But yeah, he said he needed the money. His friend needed the money, so they fought. But I don't know. I don't know if this fight is possible. I mean, or it could just be where they building themselves up. So I mean, it's not really no room for her to. Who can she really fight? Like, it's not really that many people to fight in that space. You know what I mean? Like, so she gotta pick, certain individuals. Like, people wondering why she ain't fighting Shadeja, because Shadeja got like 11 knockouts. She bigger. She's strong as hell. Um, I don't know. She might be a match for Claressa. So I don't know why they not sending that contract over to Shadeja to fight her. But that's a maybe. And she got more knockouts than Claressa got. I think she got like 11 knockouts. Claressa got like what, 3 or 4 knockouts. So I don't understand why she ain't fighting that chick. But that chick rough too though. She just as rough as Claressa. But Claressa might be a little bit more skilled though. But that other Shadeja could take them hits. She big and she you know what I mean, strong as hell. So I don't know why they won't fight. Why they won't, put that matchup together. But let's continue. This is Geisha 305 expressing why she think the fight is rigged. The upcoming fight with Claressa and Dezurn is rigged. Let's continue.
Dezurn is her friend. We've seen it time and time again when we look at these uploaded videos. We see people watching them fake argue. And they're faking an argument. And the reason why I still got this cold, y'all. The reason why I say they faking this argument, is because you see many videos with them embracing each other, laughing on outings, kicking the bobo, and then she fought this girl twice in the amateurs, once in the professional boxing league. And now you finna fight her again, but you refuse to fight Shadasia Green, where you have 3 knockouts and Shadasia Green has 11.
Yeah, Shadasia Green, nice.
So I'm kind of blown away with the idea of you fighting in Detroit and got everybody hyped about a fight that is obviously rigged. It's obviously rigged. You don't fight real competitors. You fight people that you know will take the fall, or you fight people that you know that the judges will or have no choice but to make a unanimous decision. And you're afraid to fight people that's calling you out. You'll fight these reality stars. You'll fight these people that's on the internet saying they want some of you. But when it comes to someone that studies the craft like you, that executes that dominates the craft like you, you are afraid that this girl is gonna put you on the mat.
Yeah, then she called out Krishan's sister Tasegi to fight her on the reality show on the Baddies joint. But yeah, I remember she was calling her out to fight. That's crazy though, because Krishan's fighting she fighting now. She didn't turn into a whole boxer out here. So she's fighting I think it's in, I don't know if it's March or some shit like that, or February. One of these months she's fighting. But yeah, she a whole boxer now, signed contract and everything. But the thing is, her sister got more. Her sister hands is nicer than Krishan's. Like the sister, I seen clips of her fighting. I can see why Krishan can fight. All her sisters can fight. She had to fight. If they all, you know what I mean, fighting and shit, they all got hands, then she gonna have to learn how to fight. You know what I mean? But now getting paid for it is a different story. That's, you know what I mean? So, but let's continue.
Her upper body strength has proven time and time again with these 11 knockouts that Shadasia Green has, that she will be the ultimate competitor for you. A lot of people say, oh, she lost to Dezurn. She lost to Dezurn. That's why Claressa keep fighting Dezurn, because Dezurn whooped Shadasia. But you notice out of all the 15 or 17 fights that Shadasia had, she only lost one. She only lost one fight. And it was to Dezurn. But we also got to think about Claressa when she lost her one fight. And she fought that young lady again. And she beat her. And I think that's what Claressa Shields fear, that because Dezurn whooped Shadasia, she got a more competitive fight event. And it's not. It won't be a competitive fight event until she fights against Shadasia and prove us wrong. Because Shadasia want her. Shadasia wants to eat Claressa Shields' face. When I say she wants to eat this thing, this doggone reception, she wants to eat Shadeja's face. And Claressa won't give her that. Mind you, Claressa is a big hype. She is a hype. She's smoking mirrors. She is smoking mirrors, baby, because she would not fight a real competitor. You got 14 unanimous fights. That's not the GOAT. That's not somebody you would call the GOAT that has 14 unanimous fights. You won 14 unanimous. The judges, and the majority of them was in your hometown. 9 of your fights was in Michigan. And this 10th
she
fight
really doesn't want to
be
fight
in Michigan.
She said her body baby ready.
Michigan again. You are smoking mirrors, girl. Smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, I mean, Claressa, I mean, she's a skilled fighter, man. She's the top dog right now. So there's a lot of people that's gonna be wanting to get at her, but yeah, I mean, as far as this fight being rigged, I don't know. I can't really call it. This upcoming fight she got, I think it's on February 22nd. I don't know. Can't call it. I can't call it. All right, let me see if I can switch to this. All right, hold on. All right, hold on.
Secure woman that.
All right, so this is another video of GEISHS speaking on.
This man is saying that she is a secure woman.
All right, so this is her speaking on her relationship with Papoose. This is GEISHS305 speaking on Claressa Shields' relationship with Papoose. You said what unanimous means? It means they got to go to the scorecard. I mean, she didn't get the clear knockout. If a fight ends where nobody's knocked out, then they got to go to the scorecards. You know what I mean? So that's a unanimous, and based off the points they add up, and that's how they determine who wins the fight. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they get score. They go to the scorecards.
Is the insult that people throw out.
All right, I'm trying to make this start. Get this to start where I need to start at.
When people come for Claressa Shields, we're not going to spin the narrative as though people are antagonizing her about her looks. Now, her looks is the insult that people throw out there. What people are so...
Yeah, I agree, EJ. It's kind of like, boxing ain't really where it used to be at. It's all like for shit show now. I mean, you got Jake Paul coming in and fighting, Mike Tyson and rig fights and shit like that, or just entertainment, more so entertainment than the sport, and it seems like it's all money grab. Now you got Floyd Mayweather fighting Mike Tyson coming up. That's like, who the fuck thought of that shit? Like, Mike Tyson and goddamn Floyd Mayweather, they ain't even the same weight class, not even the same. Like, who the fuck thought of that? Now that just tells you right there how boxing right now is just a money grab. People need money. You know what I mean? People in the need of money and shit, so they just matching up and throwing anything together. This is crazy. So I can understand why people will raise the question about whether this fight is rigged or not, because people would die straight for money and shit. So they just piece together anything that can grab, the audience attention and make them spend money at a time where the economy is fucked up the way it is. You see what I'm saying? Like, everybody being squeezed big time financially. Motherfuckers is being squeezed, so people doing shit they wouldn't even normally do just to get, just to get bread out here. Shit crazy. All right, so let's get back into this. This is GEISHS305. I'm explaining, Papoose and, Claressa Shields' relationship, and how she be coming online and you know, just how her whole interaction online be when it comes to papoose and shit like that and the relationship. Let's get into it.
Baffled about is if this man is saying that she is a secure woman that embraces her natural being and she's sure of herself and she dominates, her craft and what she does. I get what you're saying, brother. I get everything you're saying. But my thing is, if a woman has that much confidence, if that woman is so secure or sure in her skin, that confident woman that loves herself, she's not going to be in the DM of a woman in her estranged husband DM. She's not going to be.
Now, is she talking about when Claressa, they was on the Tamron Hall? I guess what's her name? The one with the talk show and shit. What's her name? Tamron something. Well, and then she explained that 2020, Claressa hopped in Papoose DM and yeah, it's Tamron Hall. Thanks, Alicia. Yeah, she jumped in Papoose DM and offered him, front row seats to her fight and shit. So um so I guess that's what she's basically talking about. Her him being married and to Remy and shit, and then her jumping in the DM. But I mean, shit, Remy was with the block captain nigga. Was she with the block captain nigga 4 years ago? I don't think that was 4 years ago. I think Remy and Pat was still somewhat together in the public 4 years ago. Am I right? I don't think she was with the block nigga yet. I can't even remember the back that far. I mean, but yeah, I believe because I remember seeing a DM of Claressa talking to Remy Ma and get in the DM, and I think Remy was trying to give her saying she was gonna give her some pointers on fashion and some shit like that. Yeah, Claressa was being on some sneaky shit. She was. Yeah, 2020. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was being on some sneaky shit. Hell yeah. Yeah, she definitely was. You said everybody put money on Claressa, watch the other girl win. They do shit like that. Yeah, yeah, they do. That's what I'm saying. It be like that. It be like that in the world of boxing. Like you sports period, they be rigging shit. Period. Like people throwing fights, throwing games. You done seen the whole fucking 5 families of the mafia in New York, then got, indicted on some rigging, games and shit like that. Gambling, rigging gambling and all that type of shit. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get back into this. This is Geisha 305.
Suing a man. So we're not gonna sit here and act like Papoose pursued Claressa Shields. Papoose did not pursue Claressa Shields. Papoose, as a matter of fact, was still in the home of his estranged wife. You get what I'm saying? And Claressa Shields was all in this man's DMs, inviting him out, enticing a married man, a still yet married man. So when you see a lot of sisters, especially African American women, online having a rebuttal and having something derogatory to say about Claressa Shields, is because she does not represent the person that we want to be a role model for our upcoming children. These women, these young girls that are growing to be successful, we don't see her as a household representation on what a strong black woman is, because Claressa Shields shows a lot of insecurities. Now, I like listening to this man that was talking about Claressa and uplifting her, but I also feel like he misinterpreted what was really going on, because a lot of people like her because of her skills. But more so than looking at a person's skills, I also look at their character. I look at their integrity. I look at what they stand for. And if you don't stand for what's right, then I'm the type of person that's going to be up against you. I'm not going to be for you. Even if Papoose and Remy are having differences because Remy was messing with Easy to Block, it does not give another black woman the right to intervene and try to talk to somebody's husband. No matter what type of...
I actually kind of agree with that. Just because a nigga, because why would you want a nigga that's married anyway? Like, you want you get your own nigga. I do kind of agree with it with that. I do agree with it with that. Like, as much as Claressa says she don't come second, man, you still come second, because if anything was to happen to Papoose, guess who got, oversight on with the decision? The wife does. You don't have no say so in what happens if something was to ever happen to Papoose. You have no say so. Nothing. If Remy could say you can't even come to the funeral and you can't come, like, she got the right because she's still married. So, ma'am, you still come second, even though you say you don't. You still do. You still do. They still legally married. That means she still got, ruling on anything that ever happened. Same thing with Remy. With Block Captain. Block Captain ain't got no say so over shit when it comes to Remy, because she's still married to Pat. So they gotta get that shit together. Yeah, right. She can't even come to the hospital if he's sick. Exactly. Remy could be like, nah, I don't want this chick nowhere on the premises. And she got that right. Claressa, you still come second, ma'am. Even though you don't think so, but you do. And shit's crazy, bro. All right, let's continue.
friction is going on in a marriage, it does not give another woman the obligation to say, okay, it's my time to step in and mess up a union.
But then again, that's still on Papoose too, though, because I mean, he the one that's still married and shit. Like, so I mean, people do what they want. If they separated, and motherfuckers start seeing each other, and they do what they want. But I mean, is that really on? That ain't. I don't feel like it's 1,000% on Claressa, because she stepped in and wanted to holler at the nigga. She seen that, Burmese with the block captain nigga, so Claressa, figured. But the only thing about that is, why would you want a nigga that's already married type of ordeal and shit? Like, I mean, I don't know. Let's continue. What
That
up,
was tied in
Melvin?
bond with God as a witness. God say a man that finds him a wife has found him a great thing in favor. You think he's favoring what Claressa's doing? If Claressa had that much interest in Papoose, she could have waited. She could have waited until everything was, over with. But because she was so persistent, because she was a fan of Remy, because she was a fan of Papoose, because she was a young star entering in a lane with a lot of successful people, she got excited.
You have a good week,
and
too.
she felt like that was the thing, to be a rival with somebody that she once was a fan of. She was a diehard fan of Remy. But now it was bragging rights for her to go in on Remy about Remy's husband. Now, it's one thing to go in on somebody about somebody that they dating, because it ain't completely yours until you put a ring on it. But no matter what type of controversy Remy and Papoose had,
I mean, I agree with that too. Like, you ain't really completely Papooses, because he could up and leave and go back to his wife tomorrow, and ain't really shit you really can do about that. I mean, what the nigga to wake up, decided, like, I need to take my ass back home. I mean, Remy ain't with the block captain nigga no more. I'm just saying, just hypothetical. You know what I mean? That Remy broke up with the block captain nigga, and then Papoose, just got it in his mind, you know what? I need to go back home to my wife, the kids, and make that a union, make that, that union again and whatever. I mean, what fuck Claressa gonna do? What she gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, they got business ventures together, and that's the thing though. Like the business mixing business with pleasure. Like far as like that, when the nigga's still married to another, that means the money you make, Papoose make. If anything was to happen to Papoose, say if Papoose, you know, made a big ass come up off the his business ventures with Claressa Shields, and he's still married to Remy. And anything goes wrong with Papoose, if he was to pass away or anything, guess who that money goes to? Like she ain't even think about them possibilities, bro. Like that money would go to his wife. I mean, you done built up a business with a nigga that's married to somebody else. Something happened. God forbid something happened to him. Now, Remy get the bread. She fuck around, get half of the company that y'all niggas own and shit or some shit like that. Like, y'all crazy as hell, bro. Yeah, that shit crazy over there, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. They gotta figure that. If they would really want to be together, they're gonna have to get that. They're gonna have to finalize that divorce. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to do that shit ASAP. I wouldn't even feel comfortable parading around in the public with a motherfucker that got that much. Like his wife still got power over this nigga, man. Like she still legally got power over his decisions if anything was ever to happen. Like that shit don't make sense, bro. But let's continue. And vice versa. Vice versa with Remy and the block captain nigga. Vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Anything was to happen to Remy, God forbid, Papoose is still legally married to her. That means he make all the decisions. I mean, unless they got some written wills and shit, where certain individuals do, play their part. It is what it is. Let's continue.
You was brought up in a house where your mom and your dad told you a woman can never do what a man does. A lot of people like to point out Easy to Block. Dude's gonna high five and shake his hand because Easy to Block is messing with Rick. But when it comes to a woman doing it, it's a whole nother look. It's a whole nother ballpark. And for these older, mature women to give her the go, to be uplifting her instead of telling her what she doing is wrong. Oh, they looking at, an older woman tearing her down. This young, successful girl, they tearing her down. Forget all that. What about y'all older women stepping in, telling her, baby, you beautiful enough to find your own man. You don't have to settle for sloppy seconds. You don't have to settle for sloppy seconds. This has nothing to do with Claressa Shields' dark skin.
I mean, everybody gonna settle for somebody. But I see what she's saying. I understand what GEISHS is saying, as far as like, you run, behind a nigga, just split up with his wife and shit. But the nigga Pat was probably already messing with other chicks before he even got to Claressa. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what you're saying. But on the flip side, I mean, Block Captain got sloppy seconds too, if you want to put it that way. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
Perfection. Everybody talking about something, everybody attacking her because she black. And she using that as an excuse to play victim. My face need to be on the black crayon. I'm bliggity black. I'm the black on top of black. I could be the queen of black. What is you talking about? Integrity is everything. You need more than skills just to fight.
Hold on, Tamika Jefferson said, yeah, Monique was wrong. What Monique do?
Fight in the ring. You need to have morals. You need to have values because you are a representative of the future coming up. And if your storyline online is all about you messing with a married man, then you give the go for other young girls that's coming up to think it's okay to mess with a married man. Y'all not getting the bigger picture. Y'all looking at, oh, everybody is
What's up,
attacking
Cheryl
her.
Pierce?
Everybody is slandering her. It's not about the slander. It's about y'all saying don't go in on a black woman when a black woman is disrespecting another black woman by messing with her husband. Even if she's done with him, the paperwork is still not signed. Why it's not signed? Because Papoose refuses to sign. He doesn't want to sign because he don't want to jump into another marriage. And if
I mean, we don't know that for sure. We don't know that for sure. I mean, just coming out of the separation with Remy, um, yeah, I can understand from that standpoint of if he not ready to rush into no marriage and shit. She all the way in. She got both feet in. She like, I'm ready to be married. I want kids. I want a kid this year and all that. Like you don't want to wait till that nigga get divorced to have a kid with this nigga. Like bro, you all that shit got to be all the way over with. That don't make no sense. But hey, man, people could do what they want out here. I'm just commenting. Just that's it. People do what the fuck they want to do out this joint. You know what I mean?
if you ask me, I really don't know if he ever had intentions on divorcing Remy. Remy has been waiting for his signature for the longest. And instead of y'all telling her, baby, you good enough to find your own man, you don't have to take sloppy seconds. Y'all steady rooting her on like that's the thing to do. So is that what we doing? We teaching the youth that it's okay to mess with a still married man? Stop spinning the narrative that people are attacking her because she's black, because of her fashion, because of her makeup, because of how she naturally look, how all that. Y'all keep saying this girl has confidence. She does not have confidence. Because anytime anybody
she building her confidence up. You know what I mean? She ain't all the way there yet. She ain't all the way there yet, but she slowly building that John up. I mean, she came from a fucked up background. Like her background crazy as shit. Like, so she ain't really grow up, like feeling that, that confidence and shit. Cause I guess the way she was raised, the way she looked and shit, clothes wasn't really that good. So, now she a millionaire. She getting paper now. She can buy whatever she wants. She's starting to build, she got a career going. She fought her way up out the ghetto and shit. She got a little bit more confidence, man. I mean, but I could tell it ain't there. Like, really, who really has 100% confidence and shit? I mean, everybody had doubts and shit, or have something they don't, when they trying to believe in some shit, they might have a little doubt here and there. But the thing is to get the fuck over it and keep going. So she slowly building her shit up, and then the nigga Pap there helping her build her confidence up too. That's another thing. Like, yeah, if you with somebody, they gotta help. Well, I wouldn't say help, but y'all will both, depend on each other to be there, where y'all uplifting each other, so y'all can have that fucking confidence. But yeah, her confidence is probably getting, better and better since she with Pat now. So yeah, I mean, but she just gotta stop responding to every goddamn thing. Like, everything ain't need warranting or response. Like, she hopping in motherfuckers DMs and that same shit on their pages, and like, man, fuck all that. People talk about me on this motherfucking YouTube app. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I keep going, and keep grinding. Look, all that shit fall back on me. If I fail, that shit is on me. I don't give a fuck what nobody think outside of me. Nigga, I'm a motherfucker. I'm confident as shit. And I'm confidence in what the fuck I do. So Claressa, she got it. She her confidence is better. Probably better than she was when she was fucked up and broke. Yeah, cause broke can fuck your confidence up too. If you ain't got no bread, that shit can fuck your confidence up. You know what I mean? But let's continue.
Say something along the line, she has to address it. Whether they are in the entertainment field or whether they are a bunch of nobodies, they could be a bunch of average, everyday, nobody ass Joes. She all in their DMs. Stop trying to spin a narrative. I know y'all want her to be confident, but she not confident. She not. And we just gotta keep it real. Is she good in her lane of sport as boxing? Yes, she's good. She's not the greatest. That's over exaggerated by saying she's the greatest in her era when most of your calls in winning has been unanimous decisions. Unanimous decisions make you a pick-me-up. That means you got picked to win. We know what winners look like in that sport because the bell ding ding and the arm is up and you won. You don't have to stand by side with your opponent and both of y'all praying on that the ref will say it's you. That's when you know it's a unanimous decision. So do I dislike her? No, I don't dislike her. I dislike her character. Her character is jacked up. Her character is not represent.
She needs some media training. She needs a strong PR team around her, and she needs some media training. And because not everything you could tell shit be bothering her, shit be getting to her. So because she respond to every goddamn thing, whether it's subliminal or she directly responding to some shit. Like, man, fuck all that. Ain't responding to all that bullshit. Everything ain't warranted a response, man. But she do got whole motherfucking hater pages that got that do nothing but sit there and make up parodies and shit on her and it constantly. But yeah, I mean that type of shit you can't even can't even pay attention to that shit and just stay focused on what the fuck you doing. Like even with the beef with 50 Cent, like her focus was all fucked up. Like you got a fight coming up. Yeah, tune that shit out. Or capitalize off of it as much as you can. I mean, with a nigga like 50 Cent, you gotta somehow capitalize off that shit when you can. But even he said, you know what, let me stop fucking with Claressa because I know she got focused on a fight. 50 was like, yeah, I like Claressa. So I really do like her. A fan and shit. So I'm gonna take a break and let her focus on her fight. So he even stopped, backed up off her and shit. You know what I mean? What you say, EJ? I never seen her so unfocused and her body condition not good. Yeah, I've been seeing videos of her working out and shit. And yeah, she's paying more attention to social media than focusing on training and shit. I don't know what type of PR team she got, if she got one at all, but yeah, she got to focus. And maybe she feel like she ain't got to because maybe the fight is rigged, like GEISHS305 said. Maybe she ain't got to focus that much. Maybe the fight could be allegedly rigged.
For the future. It's not. No matter what y'all say. And y'all can say I'm obsessed with her because I talk about her too much. And I'm going to say y'all obsessed with me. Because y'all only stick around to stick and move to give a rebuttal.
I don't think Geisha obsessed with her. It's just that them numbers. Like she built some numbers up off Claressa. So you got to be consistent in keeping them numbers up. So maybe she feel like she got to chime in on whatever Claressa do. To keep them numbers up on the Grizzam, you know what I mean?
To everything I say about her. But what I'm saying about her is not a lie. It's all truth. It's all fact. Her track record has always been a pick-me. Whether it's men or her game, her sport. In Flint, her history is stepping on people's toes to get with their man. Her previous ex that she was with, that she was engaged with, Tony Rich, was her cousin's man. She stepped on her cousin's toes to get with her cousin man. So who is...
Oh, so the previous dude, the Tony Rich nigga, the nigga with the dreads and shit, or the locks or whatever the fuck he got, the nigga she was used to be in the gym with, training and they in there. So I guess that's what she talking about, the former nigga that she was engaged to. You know what I mean?
Remy to her. Whether Remy was messing with Easy to Block or not, Claressa Shields would have still been in Papoose DM. She was in his DM before she knew he was messing. She was messing with Easy to Block. She was in Remy Ma DM and Papoose DM 2020, 2021. But we only heard about them when Remy exposed it in 2024 December, when she put her movie out. Y'all gotta stop condoning that it's okay for women to invade a union. It's different from boyfriend and girlfriend. It's not the same thing as boyfriend and girlfriend, y'all. It's not the same. When you tamper with a union, which is husband and wife, no matter if it's they going through their problems. When they took that vow say for better.
Yeah, but that's on the block captain nigga too. So you do gotta be even across the board with this GEISHS305. If you happen to hear this, you got to be even on the block captain nigga got involved with a married woman. So he fucked up in a union too. So it's he shared that responsibility equally. Yeah, I mean, but it's really on the people that decided to step outside the marriage. It's mainly on them. Like you could have 50 million people trying to holler at you. It's what you respond to. You know what I mean? So if Remy stepped outside the marriage, that shit is on her. If Pooh stepped outside the marriage, that shit is on that nigga. It's the responsibility is more on them than the people they involved with, because they the ones that made the decision to step outside the marriage. It wasn't when they stood at the altar. It wasn't nobody else around but them two and the pastor. Block captain wasn't on there on the side, and Claressa wasn't on the other side. That shit was between y'all. Paul, let's continue though.
Or for worse. So until them papers are done with, you are intervening on something that's sacred, that was bonded and binded by God. So y'all can say what y'all want to say. Oh, really? Messed up first.
I ain't getting involved with nobody fucking marriage. Nobody that's married. I'm sorry to tell you, if you married and you separated, I'm still ain't fucking with you. That's not gonna happen with a nigga like me. Cause you could up and I don't trust it anyway. Cause you could just up one day and leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then how we supposed to build and shit? And you married? That means I don't have no say so and shit. You trying to build with a person that's already married? Like, I ain't doing that shit, man. Listen, I'm good. If she ain't single, I don't want it. If you married and you separated, then you still married in my eyes. Fuck all that. I don't want nobody that's married to somebody else. I'm good on that. Cause there's certain shit how I go about certain shit that I wouldn't even be able to do because you still tied to another motherfucker. So I'm good on that. I wouldn't even waste my time.
Remy ain't tipping out with no married man. Remy tipped out with a single man. Claressa Shields is tipping out with a still married man, was in the DMs of a married man, was inviting a married man to all her events. She has been doing this for years with Papoose. This is nothing that just happened. She had seeked out to get him even when she was engaged to another man. She couldn't even make it down the aisle with Tony Rich because she was too busy in somebody's husband DMs. So all that sitting around talking about, oh, stop coming for her because y'all trying to tear her down because she a black woman. No, it ain't got nothing to do with her being a black woman. She already feel insecure about being dark skinned. When she was on that Gilly the Kid interview with Wallow, and she said, yeah, Layla, with her light-skinned, pretty self. She has insecurities about her own darkness. It ain't the people that's tuning in that have a problem with her darkness. She has a problem with her own darkness. So she tries to say out loud, chocolate,
what up,
black,
LA love?
this and that. But she don't feel confident about that chocolate or black skin. She don't. She don't went live several times. Talking about light-skinned girls don't like.
Yeah, man, you right. You said Remy was married, still married though. Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that should be on them niggas. The motherfuckers that's married, it's on them. It ain't. It's not totally 100% on the people that involved with the married person. It's more so on the people that's married. So that shit fall back on Remy and Pat. You know what I'm saying? And it's more so the person that stepped out the relationship first. So Remy, Remy holds more of the responsibility because she stepped outside the union. Now, that's what we know publicly. Now, who knows? Pat could have been smashing all types of hoes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So we don't know the full story. I'm just talking about the shit that we know that's on in the surface, that's in the light. As far as what they do behind the scenes or other shit that it haven't came out, I don't know. It could have been all types of other things going on behind the scenes. We don't know that. We can only speak on what we know.
I mean, like she trying to be accepted. That's not confidence. Confidence is knowing who you are, what you stand for, knowing your strengths, knowing your weakness, executing and living your best life. It's not about you calling out these people to make them feel sorry for you for being dark skinned. And that's what you do. And it ain't working on my end, baby, because I'm bliggity, bliggity black. And I'm on attack. I be tearing you up left and right on this internet because I see a lot of people giving you hope and praise and wishing you the best with somebody's husband. And I don't rock like that. I don't know what the world done came to. I don't know what this generation is built off of. But I was raised by a mama and a daddy that instilled in me what's right and what's wrong. And a lot of these young girls are growing up with absentee parents. And y'all rooting them on because guess what? If she had a father in her life and a stable mother in her life, it's nowhere in the world.
I actually agree with that because a father would have told Claressa, nah, you ain't fucking with that nigga. He married and like, nah. Like you got a strong, stern father that's from, put his foot down, be like, nah, that you an adult, you can make your own decisions, but that's not wise to be, you know what I'm saying? And the same thing on the block captain nigga side. If he had somebody that was stern, that was there, like, you involved with a married motherfucker, like what the hell? You know what I mean? There's a lot of single motherfuckers out here. So it's like, you choose to be with a motherfucker that, look, people do what they want. That's just not some shit I do. That people can do what they want, though. You know what I mean? So.
Be with Papoose. Peace out.
All right. Shout out to GEISHS305, man. On Instagram. You know what I mean? On the commentary side of things. I don't know what this joint about, but I'm
She loves watching Franchón and
thanks. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Shout out to y'all to catch the replay. Make sure y'all support nightdayherbals.com. Make sure y'all go over there and shop with us, man. We got the best CBD on the market. We got hair care, skincare products as well. We got some good soap. We got some good herbal soaps with body oils you can buy in a set. So make sure y'all check out our website, order from us. We do ship out accordingly. You know what I mean? Ship out fast and shit. So make sure y'all support. Make sure y'all like this video. Subscribe if you haven't. For y'all that's catching the replay, that is, catch the replay or whatever. But damn, appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all check out the rest of the content, man. I've been putting in that work on this joint, man. You know what I mean? And gained over like motherfucking goddamn 6,000 subs in like a couple weeks and shit. Just putting in that work. You know what I mean? Just putting that consistent work in. You know what I mean? I think I'm up to like almost 10 million views and shit. And that's just in a couple weeks. So it's just putting that work in, man. Would you say Alicia said my father would do the same thing? He's very stern. He'd be like, no, I wouldn't even advise like nobody to get involved. Like people could do what they want, but I would just be like, nah, that's because you can't even do certain things with the person you with being married. You can't even do certain things. That's why I understand how Claressa is trying to build a brand and a business with Papoose, and with him still being married and shit, and vice versa with Remy and the Block Captain. You know, because they got the Battle League shit going too, like the Chrome 23, and well, I think that's more so Remy shit. But yeah, it's like you can't even do certain things and shit because you still tied and married on paper to another person. You know what I'm saying? He said, Tamika said, mark my words. He said Remy and Pap are getting back together. I believe this is a whole thing in the scam. Yeah, that's what Tasha K said. Yeah, Tasha K feel like this is a whole, you know what I mean, play. But you know, with them trying to come up and shit, get bread off of but more so Pap. Yeah, I mean more so Pap and shit. Um Tasha K done pulled out all types of paperwork and shit. She done dug into niggas' financial records, and I think she showed that Pap, you know, over 300,000 or something in taxes, and I think Remy like 600 and something, and they got like liens against the homes and shit like that. So I don't know. You say EJ said JR loved the mix. That knockout vid of Claressa made me laugh. Yeah, I ain't never see that John before. That's what made me grab that John. Like, hold on. I ain't never see that John before. I ain't even know she got knocked out in the gym on some sparring shit. And she tried to say the boy, you know, took the padding out out his gloves and shit. Yeah, he knocked Claressa right on her ass though with a quick left hook too. I ain't never see that shit. That's crazy. Damn, but yeah, I don't know, man. With that this is a whole storyline though online between this whole you know, Papoose and Claressa. You got Blueface and Kreeshawn and shit. Like these storylines, just these online storylines and shit, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I was trying to get to that, John. Let me see. I just uploaded that shit too. I know a lot of people ain't see that, John. Let me see. Damn. I just uploaded that shit, what, at 11 o'clock? Well, I scheduled that, John, but, yeah, this shit crazy. Yup. Damn, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Go ahead and get up out of this, John. And catch y'all on the next one, man. Make sure y'all continue to turn on all notifications too. Cause I'm unloading a bunch of content. So between this channel, 90 Day Talk Media, 90 Day Network LLC, we can live over there. If y'all want this whole Epstein, it's a whole fucking Epstein thing going on where this guy, this William Sasha guy is speaking out. He did an interview back in December, and he's supposed to be like a victim survivor of Epstein, Trump. Like he's spilling all this shit. So this is like a big thing going on right now. So I'll be live. I did a live last night, playing the interview and shit, right? Part one. So part two, I'm going live again today, at 6 o'clock, playing the interview and shit. And there's a lot of heavy shit. It's a lot of heavy shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, so make sure y'all go check that out. Part 1, because going live for part 2 tonight. So all right, catch y'all on the next one. Peace out. Peace out.